I'm Trevor Hunt. This is a Kwaguilth killer whale mask. Uh, it has motion throughout the piece, whereas each ear, this is ear, but it's also the whale's fin. They're both different. The sides of the faces are different. The top of the mask is different. The dorsal fin, both sides are different, but they're both birds on top, representing the eagles or the ravens from Port Rupert, sorry. And you have like the mask itself. When I was like 6 years old, our chief, uh, Pete Knox at the time, gave me the name Talis, which represents a pod of killer whales swimming towards a village. So this is my representation of that. This is me in killer whale form swimming towards a village, but I'm transforming into a killer whale as myself swimming towards a village. We have a wash going on in the paint where underneath the black there's a wash, but it's also showing natural cedar in areas. So I'm using the cedar as like the fifth color in the piece. The natural old growth cedar is just a beautiful piece of wood to deal with. And this is also cedar bark, which came from Port Rupert itself. After it's being pounded and twisted into rope, it looks like seaweed and things. Like it has that natural flow of the ocean. So I like using that on the pieces itself, just breaking it apart, pulling it apart. And the more you pull it apart, the more it's going to fluff up and then it'll never go away. Cedar is so resilient in that way. We have your copper and abalone eyes, which is wealth in Port Rupert. And it's the same, instead of putting my regular eyeballs in here, I'm using like the fluid motion of the ocean and of the mask, I guess, of the entire piece itself. Whichever way you look, you can look at it from this side, you can go look at it from this side, you can look at it from the front. So if you had it in your house in a certain area, all three different sides are going to be completely different. So you could sit over there and have a coffee and look at your mask, and the next day you could be over there having breakfast, look at your mask, and it's like you bought three different masks at the same time. I like having fun with the designs of the piece instead of having everything like identically the same when you're trying to design. I like having that free flow motion in the pieces. So.